Yo, what's up, killers? It's your final girl Mel, and this is my killer podcast, and today we are going to be talking about Pearl. Pearl is a 2022 horror slasher film directed by Ti West, starring Mia Goth. You will also see the likes of David Corenswet, Emma Jenkins Pirro, Matthew Sunderland, Tandy Wright, and Alistair Sowell. Let's get a little bit into the synopsis of this movie. Well, short and sweet, this movie is quite simply the story of how Pearl became the vicious killer seen in X. Trapped on her family's isolated farm, Pearl must tend to her ailing father under the bitter and overbearing watch of her devout mother. Lusting for a glamorous life like she's seen in the movies, Pearl finds her ambitions, temptations, and repressions all colliding in this original story of X's iconic villain. All right, let's talk about Pearl for a second. I'm going to try and do this review spoiler-free. How well I'm actually going to be able to do that, we will see, considering I'm not very good at movie reviews, and that's why I don't do them. They historically don't really do well on my channel either. So hit me in the comments below and let me know if you appreciate this review and if I should do more of them in the future. Going into Pearl, I feel like I'm on an island with this one because I was one of the very few people who didn't specifically absolutely love X. Yes, I said it, people. I did not absolutely love X when it came out. I thought it was fun. It was a wild ride. The killings were really cool. The cinematography was awesome and the performances were great. The story was a bit icky for me, I think is what kind of killed X. And everybody was just overhyping it, I think. I think it was the hype that got to me with X, and I didn't think the story was all that original. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. To be honest, Pearl actually felt quite different. Pearl to me felt very much so like Wizard of Oz gone bad. The cinematography had the same feel as the Yellow Brick Road and Oz, and the colors were bright and vibrant, and it had this very cinematic and theatrical feel to it, like a Broadway show almost, which makes sense because that's exactly what Pearl wanted. She wanted the glamorous life of one of the ladies she saw on the silver screen when she would go to the theater. I really appreciated the performance of Pearl's mother, who is played by Tandy Wright. You can find her in a plethora of other films, none of which are very notable to me specifically. She does have a rap sheet, so you can check her out if you're interested in seeing anything else that she has been in, but her performance in this movie was top notch. I really appreciated the eeriness she brought to her role and the sternness, and in the end, she just unleashes the beast, and it is really cool to see. Pearl herself is kind of an odd duck. Throughout the film, she does some weird things, to say the least, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, which I think is exactly what this movie was supposed to do. It was supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. Now, this being technically a prequel, I don't really know what rules apply. So you know what rules apply to a sequel. The death count has to be higher. It has to go fast and more furious, but I don't really know what the rules of prequels were because I'm not gonna lie, going into this one, I kind of wanted to see a little more death, violence, and gore, and I feel like, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like we got a little less, and I wanted to see some shit really hit the fan. There were some cool gore moments in it. Some of the kills were fantastic, but I think the most notable thing in this movie is Mia Goth's performance. She holds this movie almost entirely on her own. There are some supporting characters like her mother and her father and a few other people, but honestly, she has a lot of moments in this movie where it is just her on the screen and nobody else. I feel like this movie went a little slow for me. Like I said, I wanted it to be more fast and more furious. I wanted to see more deaths and more gore. And we didn't really get that. I feel like we spent a lot of time listening to Pearl or Mia Goth's monologues about where she thought her life was gonna go or where she wanted her life to go. There's one monologue in particular at the end that, wow, it really went on for a long time. I was almost begging for it to be over. So I did like this movie. I thought the cinematography was amazing. It has a completely different feel than the first movie, but I think that was meant to be that way. And overall, I did really enjoy it, and I will probably pick this one up when it comes out. I picked up X when it came out. I wonder if this one will get a 4K. I'm guessing it probably won't because X didn't get a 4K when it came out. They've been kind of teasing a 4K for X, but we haven't seen that yet. I don't know why it wouldn't get one. I'm sure it would. I think maybe X does have a European 4K release, but maybe not one in the States. I don't know. Hit me in the comments below and let me know if you guys know that for sure, because I don't. I do recommend going and seeing it. Do I feel like you need to rush to the theaters to see this one? I'm gonna say no, just because there wasn't a lot of action and gore and all of that fun stuff that you want to see on the screen. I feel like I was at a crossroads. I didn't know if I should go see Pearl or if I should go see Barbarian. I read a little bit about Barbarian and it gets a little assaulty for my taste, so I was a little worried about going to see that one. But now that I saw Pearl and I found out that Bill Skarsgård is in Barbarian, I kind of wish I would have went and saw that one instead. Because that one looks like it would actually be beneficial to see on the big screen, because there's a lot of jump scare moments and creepy things and that kind of stuff. And maybe Pearl could have been left for a physical media type watch. I will say that. That's all I'm gonna say about Pearl. I don't know. I tried to do this spoiler free. If I gave you a little too much, I apologize. Like I said, I'm not very good about knowing what is considered a spoiler and what isn't considered a spoiler. If I had to give this movie a star rating via Letterboxd style, I would probably give it a 4 stars and a heart. I'm not gonna give it 5. It's borderline 3 stars. So I did give X 3 stars and a heart. I really want to give Pearl 3 stars and a heart, but I am gonna bump it up to that 4 stars because I feel like this one just had a little something that X didn't have. Plus, there was one moment in particular in X that I just really didn't enjoy. So I'm gonna leave that at 3 stars. I'll give Pearl 4 stars. I'm not gonna bump it up to 5 because, like I said, it drug on a little bit for me. It wasn't quite as exciting and action-packed. Didn't have like all the kills I wanted it to have. I wanted it to have more kills, obviously. So that is my review and my rant about Pearl. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know, did you see Pearl? What did you think? Did you agree with some of the things that I said? Do you disagree with the things that I said? Let's have a conversation about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you would like to help support me and my channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girl, and share me with your friends if they are on the fence about going to the theaters to see Pearl. Maybe my review will help them decide. If you would like to further help support me and my channel, yeah, go on over to my Patreon and see what's cropping in over there. I am renovating a new movie room and I could use all the help I can get because it is a big project and I am trying to get out of the garage. I'm trying to get out of here. Help me. But if not, that's cool too. I will still be here on YouTube and on Instagram and all my other platforms to be hanging out with you guys. Kill them links in the description box below if you want to see all of the things that I'm doing. Also, if you want some groovy merch, I got a merch link in the description box below so you can get some groovy MKP merchandise. I'm dropping new things all the time, all original artworks. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, cool. But until the next time we gather, have a killer day.